Hello. Yes, Satvik. I connected with the previous link and waiting. No, no, no. He didn't. Doesn't give it. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Hussein.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Doing great.
Right. So, shall we start? Actually,
Uh,
I got some emails from you.
right. So I was doing the homework and sending you the emails.
Okay.
Now, there were like good 49 like homework that you wanted me to do. Is that true?
Sorry.
The homework that you gave me, the files, they were like good 49 of them.
Okay. Yeah.
And you wanted me to do all of them?
Like, if you knew that, you can go ahead. So,
Oh, okay. Because some
otherwise,
of the, like the function part,
okay.
I have questions. So,
Okay. So, if you are not aware of that, we will be discussing about that.
okay.
So you did all the dictionary exercise. You are fine with the dictionaries,
Uh,
build functions.
Dictionary function I haven't done. I did tuples, and then I went all the way into the coding and I did the homework for the coding from,
Okay.
yeah. So the coding homework, I was able to finish all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Tuples did, yeah, logical operators, variable input. So maybe like a whole lot I did.
Okay. So last session we completed up to list inbuilt functions, right?
Right.
So shall we start with the dictionary inbuilt functions?
Please. So today, what are we going to do today? Dictionary and what else?
Once we completed the dictionary, the next topic we need to discuss about if-else for loop and then functions.
Okay.
And then if time permits, we'll go for OOPS concept, else we will wind up to functions.
Okay. I'm thinking we should do up to functions. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That will be good. Tomorrow we will go ahead with only OOPS concept. So because OOPS concept is something which will make us confused. So tomorrow we'll just go ahead with the OOPS. Then if you are okay, we will go ahead with the import statement.
Okay. So if I'm okay, what we'll do?
Import statement.
Okay, yes, that's a topic I want to get into.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll go for OOPS and import statement.
Yeah, sounds good. And I feel like the difficult part in the coding is what you showed last time and what you're going to show now. The OOP concept, I feel like it's basically organizing your code, nothing more
Yes,
than organizing
exactly.
code, so they can reuse.
Yeah, it's only for organizing. Function and OOPS both are used only for organizing the coding.
Organizing so you can reuse them. That's all. So
That's
I feel it's much easier.
yeah, depends. So we'll go ahead with functions tomorrow, OOPS and import. And
Yeah.
then Sunday, my plan is to go ahead with some intermediate concepts like exception handling, file handling,
Yep.
then some concepts like list comprehensive, iterator, declarator, like that.
Okay.
So Monday we will go ahead with some advanced concepts.
Okay.
So we will start with the dictionary today.
Okay.
And I'll just open. So dictionary, that's nothing but collection of unordered, and we can able to change that. Unordered in sense we doesn't have any order in our dictionary. It's something like starts with our curly braces and which is having the combination of key name and key value pair. That's what our dictionary is. We are just developing the dictionary. Mainly the dictionary was used for database configurations, for example to connect front end and back end or to create some new files. Even in file handling also we can able to go ahead. Mainly it is used in configuration kind of types it's used for. I'll be just creating a dictionary where is the curly braces and we are just giving something like this. I'm just giving, and then again we are just having. So we created some dictionary. So type of X, we know it's a dictionary, and when we are just giving dir of X, we will be getting some set of inbuilt functions. So here we have clear copy, from keys, get items, keys, pop items, set default, update values. First, I will just go ahead with that.
Can I ask you one quick question?
Yeah, please.
So dir is like a help file for X?
I
Like
guess it's something like which will give all the inbuilt functions which we can able to apply for the particular variable.
Nice. Okay,
So
great.
this is something where we can able to apply all these things towards our X. That's nothing but our dictionary.
So what are these things with underscore versus?
Underscore is something known as a magic function, which we will be discussing this underscore with OOPS concept.
Okay, okay.
With the OOPS, we will be discussing this.
Okay.
And then clear we covered in a list. Hope you remember. That's nothing but it will simply
Clearing.
clear out the dictionary. Then we
Yep.
will get some empty set. And then copy, which is exactly act like our list. So which is used to copy one variable to another variable like this. X dot copy. So y also having the copy of X. From keys we will discuss. Before from keys, we will be just to go ahead with something like items, keys, and the values. This three inbuilt function, which is known as properties of dictionaries. This is all known as properties of dictionary. That's nothing but it will, when we are just giving items, we will be getting key name, key value pair. It is simply extract the dictionary. So this is what it's simply extracting the key name, comma key value, and then again key name, comma key value, and then again key name, comma key value. It's simply extracting into one format. That's what our items is. Hereby we can able to apply with the for loop, and we can able to print whatever we want. So how to print with for loop we will be discussing in our next session. That's nothing but if else for loop section. So items which will extract our key name, key value. When I am just giving only keys, we used to get only the key names. When I am giving the values, I used to get only values. So this all properties of dictionary, simply. So keys, values, and items. This three which is used to get the key names or key values or both. That's it. And then we have get. We can able to use get, or without get we can able to go ahead with the straightforward method. That's nothing but X square bracket name. This is our normal indexing method. So we will get the answer. So instead of this, we can go ahead with the get and we can give the key name. So we will get the answer. So this get, which is used to get the value of the particular key name. But there is one small difference between this line and this line. So by using this method, the basic indexing method, we can able to update the values. For example, name equal to, where I can give so when I'm just giving name equal to, I will be just giving Benz. So X values update to Benz. By using get method, we can able to print or get the particular value. By using this method, we can able to update the values.
Can I ask
So,
you one quick question?
yeah,
So
please.
what's the difference between using X with the key name versus X dot get? What's the difference between the two?
That's what. By using this, we can able to even update the values.
Correct. Right. But see, what I'm saying is when you did X name, you got RD.
Yeah.
And when you did X dot get name, that gave you RD also. So
Yeah, like here, this is like straightforward method where we can, for example, you are just doing some development and quickly you want to get what is the key value of the particular key name, we can able to go ahead. But the same thing, if you are handling the dictionary and you are going to reuse that particular class or function, this method, it won't be enough or sufficient to us. So we will go ahead with this inbuilt function.
So is it same like, when in the command prompt or the Python shell or what you want to say, when we type in, let's say X is equal to 20 and then I say X enter, I get the value of X. But when I'm running the code, if I just write X, I'll get error.
Yes,
Same
exactly.
concept, right?
Same concept. Exactly.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. And then we will go ahead with that another two inbuilt function that's nothing but a set default and update. So when it comes to update, it exactly act like this only, like xname Benz, exactly act like this only. Nothing but it's used to update the values, and set default also, which is used to update the values. So we have one slight difference between set default and update. I'll be just explaining that. So when it comes to update, if there is a value or if there is no value, that key name should starts to update. For example, we'll go ahead with the update. Yeah, the variable name x dot update. What we are going to update is color. So color is not there. So X, we got the color. Now we are having an year and I want to update this year, and I will be just going ahead with the set default. So X dot set default year, comma 19. Okay, let's go ahead with 2018. So now we'll check with X. We will be simply getting only 1992. The value doesn't update. So where you want to update something, either the way key name is there or key name is not there, you want to update something, we can go ahead with this update inbuilt function. When it comes to set default, it will add the new things. For example, we have color, but we doesn't have a color one. So I will be just creating another variable name in the name of color one. So I will be just giving black. So now the color one got added. Now if I want to update the value, if I am using set default, the value will never get updated. But yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. When you did X dot set default year 2018, it stayed at 1992.
Yes, it will give the default value,
Got it.
which is already
Okay.
there.
Oh, so if it's already set, it will not change it. It's a
Yes.
safe way to update.
Yes. So set default, it will never update the values. If the value is not there, it will append that. Update also, if value is not there, it will append, but value is there, it's used to update the value. So that's what our update and the set default is.
Good.
And then we are having another two, pop and pop item. Actually, this pop item, which will exactly act like this items. Like when we are using items, it's used to give key name comma key value pair. The same thing, the pop item is used to remove the last element. So the x dot pop item, it will remove the last element, the color one and black. In previous versions of Python, pop item, which is used to in previous versions of Python, this pop item, which is used to remove the values, which is randomly it's used to remove. But now it's removing only the last item. That's what pop item. When it comes to items, it will exactly act like this item. So it will remove the key name and the key value pair. That's what pop item is. Now pop. So this is like something like tricky kind of stuff. In interviews, they used to ask this kind of questions. So this pop, which is used to remove only the key name. It will never remove the key value. It will remove only the key name. So we need to answer accordingly. So for example, we have name model here. We'll go ahead with the year. So when I am just giving x dot pop, I will be just giving year. Now my year, only my year, the key name only will remove, but the key value, it should be there. It should something, it will be there only, but Python, it doesn't know in which key name we are going to display that. So it will never get displayed. So this is what pop and this is what pop item is. Pop item is something which is used to remove the key name and key value pair, but pop is something which is used to pop out only the key name. It will never remove the key value. So this is the concept behind pop item and pop. So now we having a set of constraints. That's nothing but if I want to update the key value, you knew how to update this. Either we can able to go ahead like this method, or we can able to go ahead with the set default or update method. Like any of method, we can able to go ahead with the key value updation.
I
When
have one quick question. Sorry.
yeah.
Can you print X now? The whole dictionary?
Yeah.
So you did pop year,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So, but the year end 1992 got removed.
Only the key name got removed. The key value is still in that memory, but we can't able to see that. The reason is
Oh.
doesn't know how to print this 1992.
Okay.
So something like in temporary memory or somewhere else it's gone saved. We can't able to retrieve or something. So that's yeah.
So what, I mean, what benefit is it?
Yeah, that's what
Between
like
pop and pop item?
yeah, when we want to update the key name, we can able to go ahead with the set default update or the normal key indexing method. But when I want to update the key value, sorry, key name. For example, here we have name Benz. Now, if I want to update the Benz, we knew how to update this, but I want to update this car name. How we can able to update? By using pop method, we can able to update. So for example, X, the variable name in square bracket, I'm now going to change this name to car name. And then what now we want to remove the car name. So now the name got removed, that's the name is popped out, and the value of the name will be go and saved to the core name. Now see the result. The last updated value which comes with the car name.
Got it. Okay.
So that's what our difference between key name and key value path. So in interviews, they used to ask this kind of questions, how to update the key name, but they won't ask like how to update the key values, because everyone will know about how to update the key values. So they used to ask only the tricky questions. So the next thing is clear, copy, get, items, keys, pop, everything we covered. Only the from keys we need to cover. Actually, I didn't use this from keys in any of my project. Still we are having this from keys, which is used to actually get something like an iteration method. That's what exactly our from keys is doing. So this from keys where we need to go ahead with the two variable name. For example, x equal to will give high, and I'll be just giving I is equal to 12. And now I'm just creating another variable name y1 equal to dict. That's nothing but our dictionary from keys x comma y. So y1. So you will be getting answer something like this. So y value, which will be considered as a key name, sorry, key value, and the x value will apply for the iteration. So h value is 12, and the a value is 12, and the I value is 12. Something we will be getting output like this. So from key is something, it will just extract the string or something towards the key name, and it will having a same key value for all the key names. So like I didn't use this kind of terminologies. Maybe somewhere for someone else we can go ahead, but I'm not sure like where we are going to use this. But apart from this key name, key value, everything we will be using here. So this all our dictionary inbuilt functions.
Good. So yeah.
Yeah. So shall we move to the next section?
Please.
Yeah. So our next thing is we need to start with our if else statement. So now onwards we will go ahead with the script mode. As of now we are executing everything in our interactive shell. So now we will start to execute everything in our script mode. So script mode is something like where we are with file, new file. So we'll be getting this. So now I want to create x equal to 67, and now if is a keyword which is used to check some condition. This is how it will work. So we have a condition and we will be applying with some statement, and if the condition is true it will execute the particular block, else it will execute the another block. So this is how our if else will be working. In other programming language, we used to have a parenthesis to making everything in one block, but in Python, we doesn't have a parenthesis. Instead of parenthesis, we are having an intent space. That's nothing but one tab space, else four space bar space like that. So whatever we are making in our intent space, it will be considered as an one block. So for here, we will be having x is equal to 67. Now I want to give x is equal to 67 colon. So wherever we are using a colon in Python, the next line, it should starts with one intent space. That's nothing but we are going to make everything in one block. By default, it will comes in an intent space. When I'm giving an enter, it starts with one intent space. This is what our one intent space is. Nothing but on one tab space, else four space bar space. I will be just giving print x value . X value is satisfied. I'm just giving something like
Actually,
yeah.
do you want to see the homework I did with if command?
Homework?
The latest one I sent you, I said this is the refined one.
Like which one?
It was 60, yeah, maybe 65 homework.
This is function.
No, I'm sorry. Which is the most latest homework I sent you? This one was no. Can you go one below? No, go back to your inbox.
This one? It's in while.
No, it was about 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, like that.
Oh, when I just open this.
It was the last homework, all the way down. I think yeah, this 68, number 68. Yeah, I did this one.
Okay.
I don't know if you got it. Yeah. So I've used if else. If you want to see, then maybe you can skip if else.
Okay, so no issues. Then we'll skip the if else. So you knew about if else statement, right? So like simply like where we are having an intent space, like so else if, which is used to check more than one condition.
Yeah.
And then nested if, where we are just going to make one if with another if.
Mm-hmm.
And operate by using and operator and or operator. I will be sharing this PPT also. Just have a look on this.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead with the for loop then. So for loop you knew about. Shall I give the glance? Else we'll go ahead with the for loop.
So here's one thing I know about for loop.
Sorry?
It is use it as a loop and an iterator also.
Yes, exactly.
Like with loop you can use it as using the range.
Yeah.
And if you have, let's say, a string or a list, and it will iterate through the list.
Yes, exactly. So I'll just give a glance then. So this for loop is something which is used to make the iteration where we will be go to the for loop, and if it reach the last element, then it will exit the loop. So this is by applying a for loop with a list, and then applying for loop with the list with the if statement, and then with the if else statement with the for loop. And then this is something to understand that intent space. And then this is like the same if else for loop, and then for loop with the string, for loop with the people, and then for loop with the dictionary. So when we are applying with the dictionary, we used to get only the key. So where I'm just applying the same thing here.
The dictionary with the for loop, yeah, that I would like to learn.
Yeah, okay, I'll just execute this then. So where we are having a dictionary, D is equal to something, and we are just applying with the for loop. So when I am executing this, by default, I will get only the key name. We can't able to get the key values. By default, it will get only the key names. So what I'm just going to do is d dot items. So this items which is used to extract the key name and key value pair. So now where we are having key 1 comma value, key 2 comma values, k3 comma value, like that we just get the key name comma key value pair. So now I will be just doing one more thing, comma item 2, or like this. So now our output is something looks like some value comma another value. So it will just we are extracting by item comma item 2. So now I will be just giving only items 2. So it will print only the key name. So in next line, I'm simply giving only that item. So it will print key name, sorry, key value, key name, key value, key name, like this. So now I will go ahead, print key value is so key name is. So now we will get the output like this. So this like we can able to extract the key name key value pair in our dictionary.
Also, two things I want to learn.
Yeah.
How to run a loop. Let's say I want to run from 0 to 10, but
Okay.
in increments of 2, like steps of 2. And the second thing I want to know is, can I run the loop, let's say, instead of going from 1 to 10, let's say I don't want to do for in range 1 comma 10. I want to reverse it. I wanted to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 like that.
Reverse way where we need to apply the reverse concept, like where first we need to execute in list, then we need to apply with the reverse. That's a one and only way for reverse, because for loop is something which will starts from the beginning and ends with, but we can able to go ahead with that steps of 2.
And can I use minus number inside the for loop, like when I give the range, or it has to be positive values?
We can use minus values, no issues.
Okay.
Minus values are an integer, that's all we can able to use. The reverse I will just think and I'll let you know. Apart from this steps, I will just explain like.
Okay.
So do you know the while loop?
Yep.
Okay, so while loop is something until that condition becomes satisfied, it will run the same loop again and again. So break and continue.
Yeah, I am familiar with that also.
That's great. So like you already knew about all these loops, so we can able to go ahead with the workout. Like I will share this PPT, you can just work out.
Okay.
So yeah, where we can go ahead something like start, stop, and step. I think this will work out. Wait, I'll just print it out. Yeah. So start, stop, and step we can able to go ahead. The same thing where we are having a list. Where without this list, we'll try with another method. I'm not sure either the output will comes or not. Well, I will just try. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the next thing is for x1 in x. So it will just start. So this will be start and this will be end and this will be considered as a step. So let's try.
So do you have this in your PowerPoint also?
No, I will just add and then I will share.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now it's just having the step 2 in list.
Nice.
The same thing for the reverse statement. Let's try. Let's start reverse. Okay. not accepting. So what we can do is okay. So when I'm just applying this x1, it will be just going ahead with so before iteration itself, we need to apply this. Let's try. Object does not iterable.
Okay.
Okay. So without this variable name, just coming ahead. Let's try.
You don't have to save it in variable, it saves it actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot to about that also.
Let's try with the for loop now. Okay, the mistake I given is here x. That's the reason. Okay, now it's working. Okay, anything else?
No, this is good.
Yeah, enter. So let's have our loops and decision making completed. We'll go ahead with our functions. So function is something which is used to make a group of statements. That's nothing but it is used to make some organized block. That's what our function is. So there is difference between oops and function. Oops concept which will make the more organized script. Function which is having a list organized when compares with the oops. So once we completed oops, you will just get the exact difference between the oops and the function. Simply in other words, function is something which is used to make a group of related statement. Oops is something which is used to make a group of related functions. That's what the difference between our function and oops. So do you know about functions?
Yes.
Know about functions. Oh, that's great. So then we have two kind of functions actually. One is that by using define, another one is anonymous function. First we will go ahead with this define function, then we will go ahead with our anonymous function. So define,
Just so you know, the anonymous function, this is new for me.
okay, this function is old for you, right? No issues.
But function I know, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just give the glance on it, then we'll go ahead with anonymous function.
Okay.
So define function name, we are having some set of function. We can able to call this function name again and again. That's nothing but we can able to reuse it. Simply the syntax of the function, and then I just give behind those functions.
Mhm.
And then to execute the function name, we need to call the function name, all those things. And then we have some inbuilt functions like default argument, keyword argument, and arbitrary arguments. So there's default arguments, that's nothing but which will exactly looks like this. Do you know about these things?
No, no. What? Okay, let me see it.
Okay, I'll just.
Okay. Greet
So
name. So you're passing parameter in a function.
yes,
That I know.
exactly. Parameter pausing. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So two parameters, and that's what this just simply the parameter pausing. Arbitrary argument is pausing one values, sorry, more than one values for the particular parameter. That's what our arbitrary argument is.
Yeah, I have done one, multiple also, and I have also done where I have put a default value in the parameter name. So if you give two, let's say function takes 3 and you're passing 2, so it will pick the default one.
Yes.
So those things I'm familiar with.
Okay, that's great. So the next thing is like recursive function. That's nothing but we can able to call the function name inside the function. That's what known as recursive function is. Inside the function itself, we can able to call the function. So the simple example for this. So it's something looks like this. So if statement. So in else statement, we are calling the function name. So this is known as our recursive function. So to print the factorial, we are just having this, simply the term explanation. And then everything is something like passing the variable, global variable, local variable, all those things only.
I think that those are ones I need explanation.
Okay,
So can you go over recursive and down here?
Yeah. This one?
Okay, so recursive, you're doing x equal to 1, then return 1, else return x multiplied by calc factorial. Calc factorial is calling itself.
Yeah. Inside a function, we are just calling the function.
Can you walk me through step by step? How is it working?
Yeah. So here actually, like, I'll just explain this. So calculating the factorial, like, you know about the factorial, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So simply we are going to calculate about the factorial. So I just define a function name with the argument x. So I'm just telling if x is equal to 1, I want to return only the 1, else I will be applying this formula like x into the function and x minus 1 like this. So this x parameter which will be replaced with the sum argument. So I just define number is equal to 4 and we are just printing this number 4 and calculate factorial. Instead of this number, the 4 will get replaced. And instead of that x, the number got replaced and this instead of num, the 4 got replaced. And so for 4 into calculate factorial, the function name 4 minus 1, like this it will work now.
Yeah. But my question is, how does it know when to stop?
Sorry?
How does it know when to stop? To me, I feel like this function is calling itself. So I feel like this is going into like an infinite loop. How are you stopping it to say, look, this is 0 or 1 or stop?
No,
Because
actually,
of that, if x equal to 1, you're saying return 1, that's what it does. How are you stopping this recursive function?
no, we are not stopping that recursive function. Actually, once that everything is completed, by default it will stop now. Like it doesn't have any other things to calculate, so the final output we will be getting there.
So let's say if it's 4, right?
Sorry?
You're putting 4 in. Let's say I'm taking 4 num, right? You're calling this with 4.
Yeah.
4's go in there. It says no, it's not 1. So don't worry. Do the else one. So now what you're doing is you're saying 4 multiply by factorial x minus 1. So this is factorial x minus 1 becomes 3.
Yes.
And it goes in there. It says no, it's not a 1. Okay, so then it comes here.
First we will have a 12.
Then 12. And then 12 times it will be like 2. then it will say, yeah, it's not 1, so go to else. Now it will say 24 multiplied by factorial of 2 minus 1, which will become 1. Now it comes here and it sees that x is 1. Then now this is true. So it goes and says return 1. So now
the last value which is stored for that else, which will be coming as our output. Simply, first step, it will just go ahead with the 4 into 3. So the answer will be 12. The second step, which will go ahead with the 12 into 2, which will comes as a 24. So the next thing is x will be something which will be considered as a 1. So now we will be this is satisfied. So it's simply stopping. It will just return 1. So the final output which will be stored in x, which will be getting in our output.
but why is it, if you see on the go back to the function, when you have the else, see else is also doing the return.
Yeah.
So why it's not stopping the function? Why it's not coming out of the function when it sees else? Oh, because it's calling a function itself. My God. Oh, okay, I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. So
else is returning, but at the same time, it's calling a function.
Function name again. Yes, exactly.
Got it. And the way you stop the function is when you do the return 1.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. That's what my question was like. Hey, how are you stopping the function? Because
that's what, like, this is a recursive function, where I'm just having to do that in my mind. Okay. So we'll be just calling the function name itself, which is known as our recursive function, and then our global local variables. Shall I explain that?
Yes, please. I want to see how global is used, because I only know the variable that is used inside the function.
Okay, actually, like, I'll just explain this. 23, 9, we are just creating the function x plus y, print of z. Z1 equal to x plus y. Again, we'll be just having the same thing. Print of Z1. We'll just having like this. So here we have an y, the variable name. This is actually the local variable, because now this y can be able to accessible only for this main function. So this is we are calling as an local variable. But x, which is common for all the functions or loops which is inside the function, inside the script, because it will just declared without any function. That's the reason. So now when we are executing this, we got answer for, okay, I didn't call the function name, so I'll be just calling the main. So we got 23, and when I am calling main 1, we will get name error, y is not defined. Still, because the y, which is a local variable for main, and which is not declared inside the main one, but x is declared outside to the function, so it is common for main and the main one, but y, which is declared inside mine only, so we can't able to handle that. So this is what global and the local variable is. So if we want to make this y as a global, we have a keyword global y.
Okay, so the variable that is outside of the function is a global variable.
Yes,
by default.
By default.
Got it.
So that's what our output is.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So the next thing is, we need to go ahead with the anonymous function.
Right.
So we have two kind of functions to declare. One is our define, another one is anonymous. Actually, we won't use anonymous as much we are using define, but in data analytics field, we used to go ahead with this anonymous function. This anonymous function, which is having the keyword of lambda. What is anonymous function? That's nothing but we can able to call the function in defined method. We can't able to call the function in lambda method. That's why this lambda method, which is known as anonymous function, it's something which is used for only one-time execution. That's what anonymous function is. It won't save anything anywhere. So it will something looks like anonymously. So that's why we are calling this as an anonymous function. So the basic syntax of anonymous function, which exactly looks like this. Lambda is a keyword and argument. That's nothing but the variable which we are going to use and what that variable is going to use. That's it. So we need to execute something like that. So we'll be having define main. So this is our normal method we knew. We'll be just having this when we are just calling main, we used to get the function name. Again, we can able to call this function name. That's it. But when it comes to lambda, is that lambda is a keyword and the arguments which we are using is x and y and it's going to perform x plus y. So now I want to pass the value something looks like this. And again I want to check the another variables another values I can able to check. So once I define I can able to check the multiple conditions like this, but again and again we can't able to call this function, so we doesn't store anything here. So for example, if I am printing print of z, also print of z, I will get it's a lambda function. That's it. We doesn't have any values which is stored in z. So by using this variable we can able to pass only the two values, that will be x and y, and it will perform x plus y, so it will give the result. That's it. So
Now, if I want to add multiple lines of code in Lambda function, can I do that or no?
no, actually we can't.
Oh, okay. Just one line of
Yes,
coding.
exactly. That's what it is used to reduce the code lines. It won't be useful in development, but it's much useful in our data analytics field, because we used to check the multiple statements in one line, so we may use this. Even developers will use. In that case, it is little complicated one.
Hmm. Okay, good.
Yeah. So inside our lambda, we are having two inbuilt function. One is map, another one is filter. So map, which is exactly act like our iteration. Filter, which is used to check the condition. That's it. So we'll apply with the map. So we'll be just creating one list. So the list which we created, and then we will be simply go ahead with the variable name, new underscore list or something, the variable name. And now here we need to declare what is our output data type, either list or tuple. We need to given that, then map, and then again here we need to give the lambda function. Lambda, where we are just going to do this, yeah, x into 2. So here we need to pass two arguments, my underscore list. So print of, it will just act like an iteration. That's nothing but each and every element which will be multiplied with the 2. See, output data type, so it will come as a list, and then map, which we are just going to make an iteration, and then lambda syntax x. Now each and every element of our my list will consider as a x and multiplied with the 2. So our output will looks like this. The same thing which we are going to apply with the filter. Instead of map, I am giving a filter. And then again, here I need to give some condition. So modules 2 equal to 0, like this. So which values are equal to 0? The remainder values. When we are dividing by 2, the remainder values, obviously only the even numbers which we will be getting. We can't able to check multiple condition. We can able to check only single condition. That's all some drawbacks. The advantages are it is used to be executed in only one line. That's what our advantages is. So this is what anonymous function is. In anonymous function, we have another reduce. Actually, I will explain how reduce will work. So it will actually work like a normal function. So here I am just applying a function reduce lambda a comma b a plus b comma list. So when I am just adding these things 1 plus 3 5 then the answer plus 5 then answer plus 6 answer plus 2 it will work. Finally it will give the final output like the normal thing, but that working function will different. How will? So first it will starts with a comma b. So when we are having a list of 1 3 5 6 2, so it will just consider 1 3, the value is 4. Then again a comma b. So here now 4 comma 5. Then it will give the answer of 9. So again a comma b, it will consider as 9 comma, the next value is 6. So now it will consider as 15 and then again a comma b. So 15 comma 2. So the answer will be 17. We will be getting the final output only, but still it will work in step-by-step operation. So this will be little slower method. So we want to use these things as much. Depends on the things which we can go ahead. So this is what our reduces. This all the inbuilt functions which is available with our anonymous lambda, map, filter, and a reduce. Reduce which is used to add two things in the sequence, but it will just to go ahead with the step-by-step method. So it's little slow method. And then again we are just having a filter which is used to check only one condition at a time, and a map which is used to make the iteration, and then lambda is something like a define. So this is all known as anonymous function. We are calling this as an anonymous because we can't able to call this function again and again. It anonymously it can be able to use for only one time. So that's why we are just calling this as an anonymous. All the new era languages which is having this anonymous function. Like for example, JavaScript having anonymous function, Node.js having anonymous, Python. So these are some languages which is having this anonymous functions. So this is what function concept in our Python is, where we have a two kind of concepts, define and a lambda. So doubts?
No, so far so good.
Okay. So 1 second. Okay. So far we completed the functions. We need to go ahead with our next two concept, oops and the input. Shall I start with oops, else you will just work out all these things?
Um, I would say, oops, leave it for next time. Can we go and look at homework 11 on your cursor?
Homeworks?
Homework 11. Yeah, exercise 11.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you scroll down, can you please? Slow, a little bit up, number 3, I think. Right there, number 2, sorry, number 2.
Okay.
See what is that percent sign? How is it working? Can you copy and paste it and show me?
Okay.
What I want to know is what is percent %s and what it is doing. Where is it getting the value?
Okay, this is something like the format method. Like when we are using a percentage, instead of this percentage s, the particular value which is used to replace. For example, percentage s a and then here we'll get the addition of A and B is A plus B. Like this we used to get. Wait, I'll just execute. Addition 10, comma 20. Now it's A and B. Okay, why it's making an I. One second, please. See, it's just going ahead with the iteration. Is not defined. So the one more line is 10, comma 20. Try this. Actually, here we need to give without the print. So instead of this print, I'm just giving only, I'm just calling the function name and I'm just passing the value. So the order changed in the question, simply. So C equal to A plus B. So the addition of percentage is, that's nothing but our A value and then B value and then A plus B. So again, print of C, we will be getting the answer.
So I always have to use %s. Is that what it is? If I want to match it with A, B, and
yeah, we can use decimal also. D.
So okay, I'm sorry. So I can use any character, or
No. We have only this percentage D and the percentage S. S
okay.
is nothing but a string. It will consider as a string, but still it's not a string. Instead of that, it will just replace. And D, that's nothing but a decimal.
Got it. Okay.
So any other doubts?
No. This is what was bothering me when I was looking through the homework. I'm like, how S knows it's A and B and A plus B. So that was.
Yeah, that's called something like inbuiltly just to come ahead. Hope you worked out our string inbuilt functions.
Yeah, I'm familiar with quite a few of those.
So instead of there, we used to go ahead with the format, dot format. Instead of format, this is another methodology.
Got it.
So shall I move to next concept, like oops, else we will just work out this first?
I was wondering if we can stop the class at this point. Is that okay?
Yeah, for me it's okay. No.
Yeah. And then we'll pick up oops tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Then tomorrow we will start with oops. This time same link.
Yes.
Yeah, I will be just attached that another two questions like reverse and step with the for loop PPT, and I will be just sharing with you in 15 minutes.
Right. And are you going to share today's recording or no?
Yeah, I will be sharing today's recording.
Okay. So I didn't get the recording from last time, but that's fine. I don't care for the last time.
Okay.
Today
I
felt yeah. So today's if you can share that.
Yeah, sure. I will share. Okay, Zen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.